Hi everyone. This is we're back to Best Friends podcast.
Sat Shri Akal, I'm Attar.
And here we are with another podcast. And as if you're looking at us on a video, you would see we have a diya amongst us.
Like the barb of the diya, I would say.
Yes. And that is in celebration or in acknowledgement of Diwali coming up in our lives. And yeah, so here we are, in our Indian Gay talking about Diwali and also just festivals and what does it do for us in festival mode.
Yes.
But before we get into that, I would like to start with the silver lining at that. Why don't you
Silver
start?
lining, my silver lining. It's been a struggle down from last few days. I've just come back from India and I've never experienced this bad homesickness. It's been really, really hard. I haven't cried, but I've been on the verge of being a bit not sure what I'm doing. So I want to say my resilience, bloody my resilience, that I'm still here. I am doing what I need to do, meeting people, living life, and yeah, that's my silver lining, that I am just pushing through and taking one day at a time and getting back into my routine. I'm sure will be pretty soon that I'll be settled in. And I'm with the homesickness. The other part is the how much fun it was, how good it was to be with the family and do what we love doing and spending that time making memories, that I'm feeling so homesick. So it's the other side of the coin, that it was such a good, fun trip to India that I am just so happy that I did it, even though at the start I was thinking I'm going for too long, but now it's like every moment was lived, which is why I'm feeling this way. So I think that's my bittersweet silver lining.
Yeah, oh, that's good, and I relate to that feeling when you step back from India, especially. Oh my God, like I think the first I always struggle where I'm like question everything in my life, and it's like oh my God, there's like
3 weeks of not doing laundry, not doing any cooking, nothing, just being, just existing,
I know.
just taking care of
I
yourself.
feel like there's so much happening without you needing to make the effort there as well,
Yes.
which makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And I think I was thinking while you were talking about silver lining. Silver lining, and I'm gonna try making it non-weather because
The
I'm
weather has
assuming
been good
it has
in
been
Melbourne.
good.
Tomorrow's going to be even better. It's going
It's
to be
gonna be
27.
20. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty warm. I think my silver lining has been actually something related to my kids. Um, it was actually yesterday. We just, my kids are kind of, I'm going through that stage in life where the kids are growing from full little bit of independence,
Yeah.
which is a bittersweet feeling as well. But recently they've taken to, because the days are getting longer in Melbourne, taken to playing outside and actually playing with a few other neighbors. There are like five, six of them who play outside, and they play very similar to how I used to play, or many of us did, till night, like till 7:38, 9, which is a really good feeling. I'm like, oh
That's
my
so
God,
good.
this is so good that they go out and with the neighbors and they're playing and doing things, and just a really nice feeling to have that and seeing my kids have that experience.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it does feel a bit lonelier and you're like, when are my kids going to have that experience? But it's been good to have that and that independence. Now they started to start going to a park close by by themselves, and which is another. Oh my God, this is scary. I remember the first time they went a few weeks ago. I was watching from the corner of my house till the last second where they could turn and be like, okay, I hope everything's okay, and just be fine. And
They are so fine.
there, and I think you just trying to get used to that, but just have that, yeah, as a parent, that feeling that you want to give them that push, but also you're scared in the middle, but glad that the kids are actually going ahead and doing that.
That is so true. Because Friday night or over the weekends, I tell Gyan, can you just take your friends and go to a shopping center and go and do this? I'll give you money. Just go do something.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do it. Imagine like if our parents had said like, oh, go to movies or go do this, we would jump at that opportunity. But the kids now, they just want to stay in on their screen.
Maybe
so
because
it's like I bribed them. I'm like, please just get out of the house. Take a bus, go somewhere.
Get out. Yes.
Get out of there.
And so so that was my bittersweet feeling of that. Oh, just that silver lining of the week. And coming back, it's also been good. The second part is actually the festival part of Melbourne. Like sometimes it's very lonely here. At least I feel like the first few years of my life when Diwali came and went and didn't even know it existed. Whereas now there's been more people doing it, going to a few houses, doing Diwali on the Diwali day, doing so then doing a. But having that is good. It's a good feeling, and just it's been a great silver lining moment. And we'll talk more about it.
And we always have good weather on Diwali.
Which is good. Actually, it's very similar to North of India, actually.
Yeah, it's
because there it's going into cold.
yes.
Here we're getting out of warm, but it's a very similar weather.
Yeah, that's true because it's windy at both.
Yeah.
Like,
What do you enjoy most about this place?
well, festive or non-festive season, or it's the same for me.
Yeah.
It's legit the same. We don't really go hoo-ha even back home for Diwali. There is nothing like Diwali can come and go, and we would not even know that it's Diwali, except the neighbors have light up the houses. Even that is not so much because now the what is it the bulbs that they put in, they are there so many times of the year, and then the patakas, fireworks. I think that's the only way that you can tell that it is the festive season. However, it used to be a lot different when I was growing up. When I was growing up in our village, that was a whole experience, and that I've not done it in many years, and by many years, I think many decades. That used to speak festival because it used to start few days prior where we used to buy the diyas.
Yes.
And then you have to soak the diyas, then you have to dry diyas, then you have to make the battis, the cotton battis.
Yes.
And then you get the ghee, and then you get the oil, and then you light them up, and then you go and put them across. And that I used to remember that I used to compare our diyas to the neighbors, as in like we used to live in Gaon, but our house was outside of the Gaon.
Yeah.
So I used to compare our house diyas to the Gaon ka diyas, like how sparse they are.
Yeah.
Like, are they close together?
Yeah.
That's what my aim used to be, to have it close
As
together.
many as you
As
can.
many. And the one that was more visible, the ball, used to have a lot more.
Yes.
Anything that was not so visible, more scattered. So that is a lot more, I feel like, memorable than what it is now. I had to book my tickets from India to back to Melbourne, and I purposely did not book after Diwali. I did not want to be in India for Diwali because it's just noise. It's just too much of fireworks. That's too loud, and I'm speaking my age now. I cannot. I would rather be in Melbourne and do a house party at yours, which you have every year, which I love. I would rather do that.
I was gonna say though, like I feel like maybe I mean I've not been in India as an adult as much.
Yeah.
Right. But there I have felt Diwali is more of a whole few weeks of it. Like, where you go to the shops, you're cleaning the house and like whereas here, because we don't have that kind of thing, it's more these house parties where we actually come together. I don't think there's a lot of coming together in India that happens, to be honest, because everyone's just going to each other's houses and doing a little bit of that, but that's it. But I was actually thinking about my own, bachpan ki Diwali, right? And I was actually, when you said about the diya, what I remembered was I lived in Chandigarh, in Sola sector, and I remember the walls, the concrete walls that you have, and I actually remember not just our house, but putting those Diwali diyas, no lights at that time. It was just diyas, and then all the houses used to have those diyas on the walls, and that is what you used to see, right? And rangoli or a little bit, whoever did it.
Yeah.
And that was all the decoration as such. There wasn't beyond that. Whereas it's a bit different now. Which is really cool. But it was funny because I didn't have siblings, and in around me was Diwali was I don't know, I can't remember Diwali being such a big thing, like because my parents were just not so much into it. But all I remember though is as a kid going to the market a few days before and getting one plastic bag of a few patake and fuljadi that my dad used to be like, Asha, let me indulge her a little bit, and going and doing that because
Fuljadi is the safest of all the fireworks.
Yes, because I don't remember a lot of fireworks growing up, but just that was it. The firki.
Oh yes.
And
I have to say this though. For 2 years, I remember We used to, and in Gaon, dad and his other four siblings. So we lived in like a not really a joint family, but close enough that we were together. So imagine like four families together and all of us, like many, many cousins, and then my bua's kids come together as well. That we would get so many fireworks that it was like a manji. You know what manji is? Yeah, the manji, one manji used to just be of the fireworks that the whole the Veda, whatever you call it. The Veda used to be
Veranda?
Veranda. Yes. Used to be full of the wrappers. And then next morning we used to find anything that was full.
जो फट जाए.
Ha! And then we would do it. I remember doing it for 2 years, and after that, there was a thing that it's unsafe. It can burn houses, it can hurt kids, and we never had it again. And I'm glad. I would rather not risk it. But those 2 years, it used to be loud and it was fun. That firki was my favorite. Oh, anar.
Anar is still my favorite. I
And
actually,
snake.
now that I think about it, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the big bomb and all that.
Oh,
But,
no.
but I personally do not like that one. The one that, you know, इतनी बड़ी फूल वो जो भी होती है जड़ी सी होती है और ठट 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 लगा रहता है. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm more of a visual. I like the
Yes,
फुलझड़ी
yes.
and the you know, and which I still enjoy looking at.
Yeah.
Or the you know, and which is what we've had a few Diwalis recently in India, and I've had that with our kids as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a big person.
No. Do you know which
Pataka
one
fan.
I used to hate?
Yeah.
Rocket.
Yeah, because it's going
Such an unpredictable
Yes.
pataka.
Yes.
You just light it up. You have no idea where it's going to land.
And it does, right? A lot of fires and everything, and
Yeah.
people have been hurt by it,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. I wish, you know, and this is just maybe one thing I think maybe India should take from other parts of the world and maybe from Australia as well is do more community based Diwali pataka rather than everyone buying and literally almost comparing which one's bigger than the other.
Yeah.
You know, which is what it feels like, right? I would wish, you know, do small community things like but like, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because that is fun. Everyone comes together because that's what happens here a lot of times. Rather than having this thing कि यो तुम कितने हैं तुम्हारे पास कितने बॉम्ब है मेरे पास इतने
I
हैं.
think that's more of a bachpan ka thing. Wish we still had it, but I can't even relate to the life before Diwali. Like a few weeks prior to Diwali, it's just too busy. Roads are too busy. It's just full of consumerism. I cannot deal with that. And you know one thing that I do not like about festivals?
The gifting? Yeah.
I do not.
I knew it. I know her too well. I'm not a big fan of gifting either.
Like, nahi, don't even send me forwards.
Don't send me?
Forwards. I hate
I actually
forwards.
don't. मेरे को नहीं पसंद.
मुझे इतने गंदे लगते हैं ना कि जहां में भी ऊपर फॉरवर्ड लिखा आ जाए ना मेरे
Yeah. I'm like,
तन
what is
बदन
this?
में ना
Why?
Why?
Bother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
मतलब तुम हैप्पी दिवाली अत्तर लिख के भेज दो
हाँ.
ना I will 100% respond to that. Then sending some like a
वो जो आजकल उस पे आते हैं वीडियो वाले टिड़क टिड़क टिड़क. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of forwards personally as well. I've got to say I ignore all of that when I get it on Diwali. And just I say happy Diwali like that's it. That's all I do if I have to few people. Yeah. And that's it.
मुझे तो बर्थडे पे भी कोई फॉरवर्ड भेज दे तो मैं उसको भी इग्नोर करती हूँ.
छिटिक छिटिक छिटिक.
मतलब क्या बनता है फॉरवर्ड्स का. But anyway, festivals, Diwali especially, and Diwali is like Christmas. What Christmas is to Australia.
Yes, but I've got to say, the recent experience of Diwali, the other thing, like Diwali is a very, I think the way it's celebrated and the way we know it is a very North Indian thing.
Yeah.
Right? South India, because it's a Hindu festival, if you think about it, but South India does not celebrate Diwali the way it has been celebrated in the North. So actually, one of our friends who is mostly, you know, her family's from South, I remember her doing something pre-Diwali, which is Navratri and stuff with the Golu and stuff, which is all that set up, which was, I found that really cool as well because I had no idea what that was till we had that. Yeah. But I liked that process of creating something and calling people and having that as a process, which was
See, if it was puja, I would so love it. How Omi had it. But I think Diwali is so related to the shopping, gifting, and.
But it is
Pataka.
related to puja for people who do it though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Diwali is very much related. When we think about Diwali,
like in
puja
India,
is not what you think of.
Yeah.
It's the other things that comes to your mind. Is what I don't like, which is very
we
consumerism.
yes.
It's the puja I don't mind because the whole system. I love the sound of like the puja and the hands and if you do the bell or whatever. That's very.
I mean, if you like my experience of Diwali in India has been, and that's also recently, and I'm only talking about from my Ashwin's parents and family. Diwali day, they all stay indoors, do the puja, and all of that.
Yeah.
There is not a lot of this. And then after that, everyone kind of comes out and does a little bit of pataka and all of you there. But not this other stuff is not there as much. I also think it depends on metro cities and where it is and stuff like that. But you're right. Like, I don't think we need more. But it's another opportunity for people to meet each other, gift or whatever, or appreciate each other.
No,
I'm not saying, you need to, but that is what it is, right? Remember, in the olden times, that was right now consumerism is all high. But but what I've heard is that at that time was time people actually got new clothes
for themselves,
for themselves or for each other, family, which is what Ashwin's parents do with Ina and I. So all they do is they give them new clothes for Diwali, which is brilliant.
Which is the family, and that's
you
fine.
Stick to that.
Yes.
But I have a funny story about gifting. So I'm like, of course, neighbors, and this is India's story, okay? Where, neighbors come, they gift you something and go. And Ashwin's mom also does not like this concept of gifting. She's like, what nonsense. And so she's like, शर्मा जी या whatever क्या लाए वही जो recycle होके उस घर से आया मैंने कहा तो we were like talking last year literally it is a bit of this thing let's give it forward like it and it's like if you live in the same society imagine it's
ending up with the same
thing and I'm like I was like this is ridiculous but this is what happens.
I would be so happy if someone just gave me 2 gujiyas as a gift because it's 2 of us. We will enjoy the gujia. Yeah. If Gyan can't eat it, I will eat both gujiyas and be done with it.
If you want to give
gujia is a holy thing.
Yes. Give Attar 2 gujiyas from Holi.
2 gujiyas.
But I guess I get it. But it's also like if you've not seen people, I know a lot of people do dry fruits and stuff. But not the actually except fresh dry fruits, not dry fruits from last Diwali.
Fresh dry fruits from this shopping.
See, that's wishing accepts. Yes, I'll tell you exactly what the shop is.
What's the name?
Manwand. Something like that. Yes. In Dandenong.
It's an Afghani shop.
Yes.
They make such good. There's saffron pistachios. Get me those.
Now I'm going from non-gifting to that.
But actually, saying that, India ki Diwali, I cannot relate.
Yes.
Yahan ki Diwali, I absolutely love, which is why I didn't want to spend my Diwali in India and I wanted to come here because Yahan ki Diwali is actually a lot more meaningful for me.
Yeah, because we come together, we spend time, we do music. You know what? Okay, the other exciting part for me is actually coming together here, and I'm talking about only like my experience over here.
Yeah.
And also, okay, so generally a few of us in the few years, not every time, we do performances or we do something, right? We've done it once or twice, but we've done it. Recently, what happened was, and this is really, it's a proud moment, but our kids, so Ina, Ayan, and Omi's children, they started practicing for the Diwali night. Right? And they started practicing a dance.
Coming Diwali.
Yes. Really? And it was so exciting and so amazing to see that. Like, I'm like, the next generation is taking it over, right? Because that is also the point of it. It is that being proud of it and coming together, and which I love about Diwali, is that whole opportunity to come together and perform and celebrate and also cultural, right? Our connection to that culture is through that. For me, that is the biggest reason I celebrate Diwali and have something, is because that is our connection to it. Otherwise, we can easily forget and move on.
Absolutely, bringing it home for children so they know it.
And for us, right? Like it's a nice feeling, dressing up, doing stuff.
No, I love celebrating Diwali here at your place. You host amazing Diwali parties. It's just so good. I think it also comes down to people that we've bonded over in last 15 years that come together. We just have heart to heart, some fun, music, dancing, and it's just
and no pressure.
No
right?
pressure.
And I think
You
that
can
is
just
what it
be
is.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I love about it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my other thing is I actually get to wear the clothes that I may have bought because of over the years the sarees that have been bought, and this is my one opportunity. Like, yes, please bring Diwali on because I want to wear these clothes. I can wear the more simple cotton kind of, and I'm talking about Indian clothes now everywhere, anywhere, it doesn't matter. But sorry, I think the more the not chunky, but more dressy dresses.
More like what I'm wearing today.
Because it's Diwali, but you don't get the opportunity to wear it as much. So I'm like,
May I might as
bring
well
it on.
make it.
Yes.
Do you know what? Actually, I've started wearing anything and everything that I feel like lately. I'm just like, यार अगर मैं मर गई और वो कपड़े पहने ना हो, shame.
इतना इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है पहनने
What
के
a
लिए।
shame. But yeah, कपड़े का ये तो है. हाँ, absolutely. There was a time when I was obsessed with saris and I was like, कब कोई occasion आएगा कि मैं साड़ी पहनूंगी।
और शादी हमारे यहाँ पे
कर ही नहीं रहा कोई यार।
हम कब से बोल रहे हैं कुछ तो करो जिंदगी
मतलब
में।
अब तो ऐसा हो रहा है
अब
कि
तो कोई बचा ही नहीं।
देखो अगर इंडिया में कोई इवेंट हो रहा है ना तुम्हारा हमें बता दो
हम आ
आएंगे
जाएंगे कपड़े
हम
और
आएंगे
डांस करने के लिए।
हम आएंगे हम
Yes.
कपड़े साड़ी पहनने के लिए we will be
We'll
there
come for clothes and dancing.
and food as well.
Please call us. You don't have to
We
pay
are
us anything. We are available.
Diwali
We
or
will
no
be there
Diwali.
if you need
Yeah, in December we welcome any invitation.
any invitation in India. किसी की शादी कोई भी डांस और भी बच्चा हो रहा है हमें बुलाइए।
मतलब वैसे ही गेट टुगेदर करना ना इंडियन कपड़ों में हमें बस बुला लो।
Yes, that's
Please.
it. But okay, coming back. So it's not about Diwali. It sounds more like it's wearing up the clothes and just doing stuff.
No, it's bonding. It's coming together, bonding, and that's what it matters. With our busy schedules, we don't get to do that as much.
Yeah. And I think it's not just about Diwali, right? It's about every culture has different things, right? So, for example, a few of my people I know or friends I have who celebrate Eid, and I'm like, yes, please do something for Eid and call me, and I want to dress up and eat the kheer and eat the food, please, because it's about right. It's about coming together, doing that, and having that feeling and having an opportunity to do it beyond birthday parties or something else which is more individualized. I feel it's like a common thing. Yeah. Which is the exciting part of, I think, festivals.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. But that's our view. I wonder what other people who live overseas away from home feel about festival.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to one of the friends at the gym today, and they were saying they leave their kids back home for Diwali so they can experience it while they're here. And I'm like, that sounds like a perfect respite. That you're away from noise, but your kids get to experience that festivity.
Oh, that'd be hard for me. But I know on the other end, you're right. I know a lot of people, including my partner, who really kind of struggles celebrating Diwali here because for him, Diwali is about being with the family and everyone coming together, and his experience have been very different to mine, where it's a big thing. Yeah. Like every year, he feels like, oh my God, we're not together, we're not doing this, which is a big thing. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that. Because you miss family around that time. It's a different vibe and energy there. Regardless of this, everyone, I do see more people coming and going and dressing up and just wishing each other, which is not so common anymore.
No.
So it is,
and even the FOMO is real.
Yeah. FOMO is real.
FOMO is very real because if this is exactly what I felt when I left India over the weekend. I felt like my family was celebrating something together, and this week is the celebration of what had happened for a whole month.
Yeah.
Like for the Prayog, and now it's like a bigger event than that. And I am not watching it online live because I'm like, I cannot deal with the FOMO. Yeah. So
missing out on that being with your family and doing that, which is I think what it is, right?
Exactly.
With Diwali and all that, we've created here that space, and that is from not having that there, right? But it is a lot of fun just having that experience here or there, wherever. Now, as a migrant, your worlds are in two different spaces. Which is where we are, where it's fun there and it's family, but here also you've created a family and friend group where you do Diwali every year or you come together and you do things. Yeah, it's like I say that Diwali is not that of a big deal for me, but then there was a part of me where I thought I can't
not be in my home on Diwali.
Yeah.
I have to, because my house, everything is in Melbourne, and I have to light a diya, even if it is like a tiny diya at home. And that speaks for itself that it is something, it's significant in me that I don't want to leave my home alone, that I want to celebrate in my house with some sort of light.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think just reminding ourselves, and it is that, right? Being able to do that. So I also do this recent thing where in the past, because we live in a life where it's very weekend oriented, but also kind of recognizing, no, on the day I will do something, right? Because it's an important day, it is what it is, and let's just do it rather than ignoring it altogether and saying, doing that and just putting that diya on and saying, hey, that you're just celebrating
Just
that
little
light.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing whatever it was. But I think it's an exciting time because routine and life gets to us, and we never. If you don't have this, I feel like you'll just keep going.
Yeah. 100%.
And that is what I think festivals give us the opportunity to do.
That little
Reach
spark
up.
in our life.
Yes. And I think, but tell us how you celebrate Diwali or any other festival that has been important to you while you were growing up or right now. Diwali, Christmas, anything else, Baisakhi, whatever that means. And what has that experience been for you growing up as a migrant and, the difference?
Yeah, we would love to hear that. This is it from us today. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we will be back shortly next week. Let us know if there is anything that you want us to talk about. We love to yap, and we would love to yap with a purpose that you give us. Until then, see ya. Bye.
Bye.